Hello guys. Welcome to today's session. It's another Monday and I wish you guys a happy new week. So for the past couple of weeks, I think about 2 weeks now, I haven't uploaded any videos, and that's because I have been greatly stressed. So I got myself into a lot of stuff that at the point I saw myself that I couldn't even handle them. It's really got toxic for me, but I'm back now. I'm fine now. I'm all good now, and I came with something cute. So this is more like me sharing my experience from the past 2 weeks with you guys. So we're talking about increasing productivity at work. Do you ever finish your work day feeling like you weren't able to accomplish everything on your list? You start with a plan, you have the whole list and everything. And the funniest part of it is by the end of the day, you find that your to-do list is even longer. Okay, now this was me a few weeks ago. I usually make use of this keep notes app from Google, where I write down my task for the day. In check boxes, I can tick out the ones I have accomplished, or carry over others to the next day. So at the time, it now started feeling like the list even gets longer than what I actually planned out for the day. I mean, this can happen to anyone, right? Being productive at work can be very, very difficult. Managing your time in ways that are conducive to your productivity is very key. It can sometimes be hard to know where to start. No matter who you are or what you do, you need to be on point with how you manage those 24 hours each day. Now, there's something each and every one of us have equally, regardless of age, height, size, financial status, or educational level, and that is time. We all have 24 hours a day. So how you manage those 24 hours is very key. Trust me, if you ask me, I would rather we have 72 hours a day, but the reality is that we all have 24 hours a day. No matter how short you think it is for you, you just have to manage it, right? So try incorporating these tips to increase productivity flow and work smarter. So number one thing you can do is to define your values and goals. The ultimate goal of productivity hacks is to make your business better, right? But to figure out the best ways to be more efficient, you need to find your guiding principles and targets. It helps you prioritize important tasks and become more productive in completing them. Productivity will look different for a person striving for innovation than one focused on higher output. So your goals and your values need to be defined. It also determines how you approach productivity. If communication is one of your core values, limiting customer calls to 10 minutes could undermine your long-term priorities. Still, you can find better tools to help reduce the number of calls you get from your customers. This just trying to tell us that the first hack when it comes to productivity is to first define your values and goals. Number two, take care of the biggest tasks when you're most alert. We all accomplish we all sometimes push aside big goals because we are not confident we'll accomplish them. And by the time we get to them, we are already burned out, tired, and we are too stressed to give it the attention it needs. That's how projects end up bleeding into additional days and making you feel like productivity has disappeared. So understanding when and how you work best is key to getting those big projects done on time. There is no set schedule that works for everyone. If you are a morning person, tackle the big task first thing in your day. If you're an evening person, you can reserve the big task for the evening. It's also the same thing with studying. If you're a night reader, you can do all other tasks during the day so you can read at night. You don't have to be like others who read during the day. If you know that you can't cope with reading during the day, fine, do all your tasks during the day so that you can have all the time to read at night. The reverse may be the case. You may be the day reader. You just have to find time to read regardless of whatever task you have to do. Everything has to do with time management and scheduling. So number three is stop multitasking. Yes. Like everybody thinks they can multitask. When you ask people, I know right now you are saying you can multitask, right? If I ask you, can you multitask? You say yes, you can multitask. But the reality is that we can't multitask. It can be tempting to want to take care of a few tasks at once, especially if they seem small. You feel they are just pieces of stuff that you think you can combine and do, but it just doesn't work. we are fooling ourselves when we say we can easily juggle phone calls, presentations, and eating lunch. I mean, can you imagine? So the best thing to do is to focus on one task at a time, and you actually end up completing it faster. Number 4, try smaller steps. Sometimes looking at our goals can be overwhelming. Seeing a handful of big projects on our calendar can be stressful. But then, if you break it up into smaller tasks, you feel more in control and will be much more productive. An easy productivity tip is to break a complex task into smaller tasks. You have a goal, break it down into objectives, and accomplish them step by step. By splitting up different tasks into baby steps, you can make better progress towards your results. This will keep you on track in your day-to-day and make the bigger project seem less daunting for you. Use productivity tools, especially when it comes to work. Use productivity tools. Depending on your work routine, many tools can help your business. A top productivity tip is to determine your needs so you can choose the best possible resource. There's something called technology, right? It came to make life easier for us. If what eats up your time is having to come online to make a post, you can make use of a software to schedule your post so that when it's time, it just uploads by itself. You don't really have to keep going from one social media page to another trying to post something. If communicating with clients on social media is what eats your time up, you can make use of autoresponders. For example, WhatsApp autoresponder. For those of us who run ads, and our WhatsApp is like a landing page for all the clicks we get. People usually get there and ask questions. You already know the kind of questions they're asking depending on the kind of ads you run. You can set up an autoresponder. Whenever you find this statement in the question, send the person this answer. I mean, it really makes life easier for us, right? With so many tools out there are options for every challenge you have. You just need to search for those tools. Google is your friend, so make use of it. Number 6 is to turn off distraction. Distraction is one of the most common productivity pitfalls. If something is constantly vying for your attention, it can be hard to focus. Alright, those constant phone calls, email alerts, notifications from Telegram, WhatsApp, Instagram, all your notifications on social media, even Slack. All this can divert your energy from the task at hand. So the less distraction, the better performance. Consequently, one of the best productivity tips is to lower the number of distractions in your workplace. You can do this by sending fewer emails, designating quiet workspaces, and turning off notifications for specific periods. Sometimes when I know I really need extra focus, a good amount of attention, it's just best to turn off your phone. Probably just put it on airplane mode so you don't get distracting calls or start receiving notifications that will tempt you to want to see what this person say. Alright, so make time for self-care. Yeah. One of the best tips for productivity is to focus on healthy habits. Healthy people are more productive. Don't ever doubt that. There is less chance of you missing a deadline due to falling sick. So make sure you're practicing self-care in as much as you want to work, in as much as you need to work to make the money. Your health is very important. I mean, health is wealth. What's the importance of having wealth when you don't even have the health to enjoy it? So I encourage you to build healthy habits that help you feel like a productive person. You can plan regular breaks, for exercises, fresh air, or meditation. This can go a long way. Just take some time off. It won't hurt, but when you want to spend the entire 24 hours working, you would break down and find that you'll not be able to do anything in the coming week. So someone once said the reason I'm resting today being Saturday is because I want to be able to work next week, because if I don't rest today, I can break down and find myself lying in the hospital for an entire week. So it's better to just take that brief rest so that you can have more time to work. But if you feel you are spending time resting, trust me, you spend more time resting in the hospital. So your health is very important. And my favorite part, reward yourself. A happy person is a productive person. While self-care can be an excellent step, you must make considerable changes to counteract burnout and stay happier. Important things you could do are reduce your working hours, take more time to rest, reduce the hour you work, The other times you can, rest, relax, go out, do something other than work, and reward yourself. It's very important. When you're able to accomplish a task, reward yourself. It kind of makes you want to achieve more. And also do less. One of the simplest ways to increase productivity is to do less. Figure out where you can cut back. There's something called delegation. That's why learning when to delegate is key to the efficient use of resources. If you see that you are no longer able to handle as much task as you probably think you would be able to, you can delegate some activities to people. Find people who will be willing to work with you. Depending on the skill you have or the kind of work you do, if you find that it's really telling on you, you can dedicate some task to people around. Number 9, implement the 2 minute rule. I don't know if you've heard of this 2 minute rule before, but I came across it some time ago. So according to Steve Olensky, I don't know if I got that right, finding and immediately completing tasks that take 2 minutes or less always saves you time. So if it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. Whenever I have a task, okay, so I'm currently in a program and we usually submit tasks weekly. Like we'll get the assignments beforehand, we have like a space of 1 week to submit it. So sometimes I may have 4 tasks, 3 tasks to submit. I'll just first of all go through them. The one I know will take me the least time to accomplish, I just do that one first. So it's just the same thing. If something takes you less time to do, just do it first. The other aspect of a 2 minute rule is that any goal habit that can be started the other aspect of the 2 minute rule is that any goal or habit can be started in under 2 minutes. Yeah, this doesn't mean you'll be able to complete every task in 120 seconds, no, but starting new goals is the first step to accomplish them. You probably have let's say weekend for deadline for a task or a work, maybe a client's job or something. You can't start from Monday, just be doing 2 minutes out of it. Like if you are really that busy, you can start early, so before the weekend you meet your deadline. Alright, not every day will be perfectly productive. Don't beat yourself up over it. Instead, refocus your energy and implement these tips. Once you find the sweet spot that works for you, you'll be amazed at how much more you can get done both in and out of the office. So conclusion, not all of these best productivity hacks work for everyone. Due to differences between various individuals and businesses, you will need to find the productivity tips that generate the best work. Yeah, heed my advice, but know that there is no one size fits all solution. Like there is no universally declared method. Just do what works for you. Okay. Remember, saying no is also a productivity hack. I really need to have this. It might be hard to turn work down because when you consider the money, you're like, nah. But spreading yourself too thin results in poor product. So it's better to limit yourself to what you can work with. It's better to say no and stay healthy than to say so many yeses and put yourself in trouble. So, weekly declaration. Alright, so we are coming to putting our heads first and working in productive ways this week. Always remember this when you're accepting a job offer. If you know it's something you can't handle, you can always delegate, right? If it's something you can't delegate and you already have a lot at hand, don't put yourself in any toxic situation. Sometimes saying no is the best for you, for your health, and for your future. Alright guys, so thank you. See you next Monday. Have a nice week and be good. Bye.